何おは匠でギゼブ
Huh. Huh. Well, this was not foreseen. Kinda at a loss for words. Because I swore that like 2 weeks ago I was under 100, and now I'm at 230. I literally said I was going to make a 100 sub, maybe, video, and then within about a week after I said that, this happened. I ain't even gonna lie. This wasn't planned. See, the way I am, right, is I had a general idea of how this was gonna go. I don't script anything that I do, but I had a general idea of what I wanted to say and how I wanted this to go. And I literally joked about this shit with my friends. I said, bruh, I'm gonna make this rant, I'm gonna get my 2K views, and I'm out. I come back onto this shit today, and within 5 days, I have almost 5,000 views. I want you to look at the first Dragon Ball video I made. It's catching up to that. I made that shit 3 months ago, fam. I didn't even intend on becoming a Dragon Ball YouTuber. This is the shit that I was uploading before. Titanfall shit. With the Rogue Sword of Chaos video at the bottom, bro. I intended on being a gaming YouTube channel. How has this even happened? Thank you. For real. For every person that's just stuck with me through this entire thing. Me not uploading videos. At one point I basically told people who were expecting me to make regular videos to just unsubscribe because I don't want to disappoint you. Thank you. For real. I mean, this is crazy that I'm literally over 200 subs already, and and my friends are already talking about that I might become YouTube famous. I highly doubt it, to be honest, but who knows? This year has been insane anyway, but I figured for this pseudo 200 sub special, I would kind of further elaborate on what happened last week now that I'm completely calm and all my thoughts are collected as they can be at frickin' 12:53. And I figured I figured what other way to make myself just torture myself by just trying to actively search for hate comments on this video and seeing what they have to say. So let's go on an adventure, guys. We're not gonna play that. That's not gonna happen. Also, apparently you guys really like this video. That like to dislike ratio though, haven't seen that effectively ever. And fuck off, YouTube TV. Not paying for that shit. I always have frickin' spam comments on my shit. I got one of those the best comments, bro. I'm a dumbass. Scathing insult, my dude. I love these type of people specifically because they don't try to break down any of your logic or disprove anything that you said in your video. They automatically resort to the ad hominem, and they're just like, you're a dumbass, but elaborate why. You don't have a reason? Okay, I mean, I guess. I see all y'all in the comment section. Thank you for, especially the people I know your names by now. I've seen your names like several times. Thank you for the people that keep coming back. I appreciate all of you, obviously. I think this is, I think, as far as I went the last time I checked this shit. But this fun Ichigo, bro. Bro, you don't understand, yo. You had me cracking the fuck up when I saw this shit. This man said, I hope she lands. And he's like, nigga, do you want to catch these hands? Yo, that shit was mad funny, bro. I love it, man. I love it. Review Boku no Hero. See, I was thinking about doing that, right? But the thing is, like, the shit is, like, right now it's on hiatus. Like, they've already had, like, 2 seasons, already. Like, obviously, I've watched, like, the both of the seasons already. I agree that it is a much better show than this shit. I've stated that before in my other rants / reviews. But I don't think there'd be any purpose in me really reviewing it, because it's just, like, you can go to any other person's channel and get their take, and I would have to rewatch all of that shit, 2 seasons worth of work, and then put that up. And I honestly don't have that type of time. So, I'll have to take a pass on that one. I know some people might want me to review it, but it just doesn't feel right to go back all the way that far back on something you can easily watch from someone else that's more reputable than I am. And Extreme, you are right. I was pretty livid. I wasn't kidding about that shit. I don't know. I disagree. Because again, I'm using these comments basically to try to start a conversation with you guys, because I do read your comments, right? Toriyama does not hate Piccolo. What basically the reason why Piccolo is, what I've concluded the reason why he's so useless at the moment is because of basically what happened in 106, which is a rant I actually put as unlisted because I thought that, I'm sorry, but I thought the rant got kind of cringy at some bits, and I wasn't amazingly proud of it. Like, when I first started, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. I kept rewatching. I was like, I don't know, this is kind of cringy, so I unlisted it. I put it back up, in case you want to see some absolute cringe and voice-breaking nonsense, because I was pretty mad at that, too. But if you want to go back and watch that, go ahead and torture yourself. But, no. I disagree. Toriyama doesn't hate Piccolo. The reason why I feel like he's been useless is because basically what happened in 106 is this nigga got his arm shot off 3 times. And this is the reason why I hate Gohan, is that they hyped up Gohan, and Gohan fanboys wanted him to come back so much, right? And he basically came back and he did nothing. Like, he's done nothing. Like, somehow, after training for, like, 2 or so days, this man became relativistic to Super Saiyan Blue. No, the narrator himself said that Gohan rivaled Super Saiyan Blue. Rivaled. And if the narrator says that shit, it's true. Yet, you see in 106, Piccolo lost his arm 3 times because of Gohan. 3 times. Which, of course, you know that every time the Namekians use that regeneration shit, they lose a lot of stamina because of that. And I feel like the reason why Piccolo is kind of in this useless state where he basically has to rely on Gohan, despite the fact he got bodied by a robot a couple episodes ago, and a random ass yard rat. I mean, he's kind of weakened because of that shit. If I know people probably don't understand why I don't like Gohan. There's several reasons why I don't like Gohan. The first reason being that this nigga trained for 5 years of his life. Literally 5 years. I go back and count how many years this nigga Gohan has actually trained. He's trained for 5 years of his life. And this nigga unlocked Super Saiyan 2 before before Goku and Vegeta. Somehow. I get that he was supposed to be the golden boy who had a lot of power from the beginning, but he went to Super Saiyan 2 basically out of nothing. I was fine with him becoming Super Saiyan because the nigga was literally about to die. It made sense that he was able to do that, and then the half Saiyan thing kicked in where they were like, okay, well, half Saiyans, they reached their full potential, or it's been kind of shown that people that are half Saiyans typically reach their potential faster. They won't have as much power aggregate as a full Saiyan, but they reach their potential much faster than say Goku or Vegeta, who are full Saiyans. But his power is obviously going to plateau at some point. I didn't have a, but I didn't. I feel like he shouldn't have unlocked Super Saiyan 2. I feel like Goku should have unlocked that state. I've kind of had this conspiracy theory in my head that he actually has Super Saiyan 2, and he just didn't use it the entire time that he was fighting Cell because he wanted Gohan to grow as a fighter. That's just a conspiracy theory I have. Ignore that shit. Anyway, what was I talking about again? See, this is nothing would go wrong. This is what happens when I fucking ramble at this time of night. Anyway, I don't like Gohan because basically he is one of those characters that is just bullshit strong for no reason. He became Mystic and somehow became stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And no, this is not an opinion. This is a proven fact based off the fact that he was basically just beating the shit out of Buu. Something that Super Saiyan 3 Goku he didn't really struggle with it, but even when you saw when he was fighting Kid Buu, right? Like, he couldn't maintain that fight with Kid Buu and end up losing his transformation. So Mystic Gohan inexplicably was stronger than not only Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I think he was also relativistic to Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, something along those lines. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, whatever. I'm not a fucking professional YouTuber anyway. These are just my opinions. But no, the reason why Piccolo is doing shit is because of Gohan. That's literally the reason why. If you want to blame anybody, blame Gohan and him being a worthless piece of shit. If I lose subs because of that statement, oh well, I don't really care. That's just the way it is. That's how I feel about Gohan. I don't like him at all. Of course, you know who I was talking about. Geekdom, for Neverworld, all those trash ass niggas, fuck them. And I know that I've said that I watch Seth and I watch Chuck, right? I still think that Seth and Chuck are very unique YouTubers. I think they're good at what they do. But even their defense of this shit is kind of been pissing me off. Their cognitive dissonance was on another plane sometimes. That's the reason why I had to make a I wouldn't say it was the best debunk video that I did on their logic, but I made a debunk video shortly after I made 100, which was I think that was kind of a bold move for me to try to pull, and I didn't even have 50 subs at the time, but I did it. If you want to watch that as well, you can go back and watch that. But yeah, I mean, it's the fanboys that are, in my opinion, that are ruining this show. The idea for Kefla and Khalifa, the only reason why those motherfuckers came out was because of marketing. But they wanted to give the fanboys some female Saiyans, which I'm not even gonna lie, I wanted some female Saiyans too. I wanted them to mix it up a little bit, but I ain't want no part of this shit. Trust me, man, I don't want no part of this. Believe me. This is a Chucky Beat production. To be honest, that's basically what that's basically the only reason why I watch Super at this point, because I legit was about to stop watching this shit a while ago. Because honestly, I just watch Super I just want to be mind blown at how retarded they can take what next level of retardation they could possibly take this to. I'm just watching it for that point. I'm waiting, and I'm in such anticipation for 116 to drop. You don't even understand. I'm waiting. I swear to God, I swear on my life that if that nigga Goku gets touched in Ultra Instinct, I swear if she lands one clean hit on that dude, you will be getting the rant of a lifetime. You thought this shit was out of pocket? You thought 106 was out of pocket? Nah. This will be on another level because my patience with this show is done. Before 100, obviously I could have made videos before then. I saw a lot of shit that didn't make any sense. I made an inconsistency video that alone lasted like 40 freaking minutes. Point is, I could have gone up before, but I'm a patient person. I'm a nice guy, right? I try not to be that guy who just talk shit for the sake of talking shit. But that after 100 happened, I was like, nah, that you crossed the line. I'm sorry, we can't have that shit anymore. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything that I want to talk about. No. Does this mean that Ultra Instinct Vegeta will one-shot Zen Oh? No. Zen Oh can just erase anybody and anything just because that's what his character was created to be. Like, he's just bullshit powerful because that's what's necessary to push the plot forward. Personally, right, I think one thing that I went over a long time ago, about I want to say a couple months ago, is that Zen Oh wasn't able to see fighters moving faster than light. And I'm like, I don't understand how that's possible with somebody who's literally multiversal, that doesn't follow any trends of of how power works. Basically, the stronger you get, you're supposed to be able to see you're supposed to be able to perceive people that are faster as you get stronger, right? That's basically how established logic goes. But then at the same time, in recent episodes, these niggas had to be fighting on a higher plane than when Hit was fighting Dispo. Definitely a much higher paced fight, and somehow, right, now Zen Oh can completely see and everything's fine. So I can't tell if he's literally not a fighter at all, and the Grand Priest is probably stronger than that dude and could probably beat his ass at any time, and he just basically has him as like this figurehead. Like, how countries have queens and kings and all that shit, but they don't actually have any real power. They're just political puppets. I think of Zen Oh in the same way, but he does have some power. Obviously, the Duke he's multiversal. He can blow up. He blew up 6 universes already, 7 if you include Trunks' timeline. But I don't think Ultra Instinct Vegeta would one-shot Zen Oh. Zen Oh would just fucking erase the dude. The dude isn't beyond like 5-dimensional and can ignore shit like that. So, nah, that probably wouldn't happen. I mean, yeah. Basically, this comment was the premise of my video. Even if you don't want to watch the video, this is basically the premise of my video. It's like, if Goku and Super Saiyan 3 couldn't even touch the man, how the 2 Saiyans that just got the shit 2 days ago somehow even get anywhere remotely close to that level, right? It makes absolutely no sense that they would just fuse and somehow be close to a god. Because for people that don't understand, right, base Goku is stronger than Super Saiyan Vegito back in the Buu Saga. Like, he had to be, because Goku said that Vegito would not be able to beat Beerus, and yet he fought him by himself while Beerus was using, I don't know how much power he's using, he never really explained it. I'm guessing he wasn't using more than half his power. He might have said, I'm going all out. No, Beerus was not going all out. If he went all out against Goku at that point in time, he would have killed him. No questions asked. But, yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense why they could even come close to him in any capacity. But, that's what happens when... I personally... Let me take this time to talk about Kefla and Khalifa and Kale, this Universe 6 Saiyan shit. I personally think, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this shit in the comment section, but for real, I think this started with Goten and Trunks. And I feel like because that wasn't properly dealt with, that it opened up the door to this. And people are probably like, well, what are you even talking about right now? Like, Goten and Trunks, that happened a while ago in Z, and to be honest, I mean, they were half Saiyan, so it kind of does make sense how they unlock Super Saiyan that early. Well, if you look at the parallels are there. Goten became Super Saiyan. Once Goten became Super Saiyan, they explained how he became Super Saiyan. It became the most trivial shit I've ever seen in my entire life. And people have been trying to explain it away with some headcanon talking about something. Well, maybe he just had the genes in him or some other shit, but you don't know that though. The only thing that we know is Goten literally got mad at his mom and then somehow magically became Super Saiyan. Literally, he became Super Saiyan by throwing a fucking temper tantrum. And people are more mad about them talking about Kale and Khalifa becoming Super Saiyan because some stupid tingly feeling on their back, but they don't really want to talk about how basically Goten became a Super Saiyan because he threw a temper tantrum and it just happened. That doesn't make much sense to me. If that makes sense to you, if you're fine with that, that's on you. I'm not gonna fucking criticize your reasoning for that. I personally just think that it's I feel like there's some cognitive dissonance going on there. And then Trunks with the same thing. It was like he just became Super Saiyan because reasons. I don't know. Even like I didn't have a problem with Gohan becoming Super Saiyan because I already said that, you know, he basically was going to die and he was tired of feeling helpless, so that's what triggered him to become Super Saiyan. It was out of desperation. With these two, you can't make the same argument. There was no real emotional distress unless you want to count a freaking temper tantrum as emotional distress. And I mean, they both became Super Saiyans. And then somehow after training in the hyperbolic time chamber, which granted they did train for several months in there, close to, I think it might have been close to a year, or it might have been greater than a year, whatever. After training there and after losing in Gotenks, somehow they've been able to fight Boo, who was literally stated to be the strongest person in the universe at the time, because this is when Beerus wasn't even conceived yet. Boo was literally supposed to be the strongest person in the fucking universe. And I think a lot of people keep forgetting that. And yet somehow Goten and Trunks, a couple of 5 and 6 year olds, were able to train, become Gotenks, which I already know that it gives you a massive amount of power, but somehow they fuse and then they just straight up skip Super Saiyan 2 and went straight to Super Saiyan 3. That shit made no sense to me. Like, people were hyping it up, but I'm just saying, I think that the reason why Kefla exists and the reason why this transition happened the way it did is because of what happened there. And I feel like it would be dishonest of me to say, okay, this is bullshit, but then not talk about how a 5 and 6 year old who literally I'm 100% sure had less training under their belt than Kefla and Kale, unless they get, based off of what the writers done, for all we know, they haven't done any fucking training, but I doubt it. That will make no sense. But I don't understand how they would just be that fucking powerful and match someone who was literally, he freaking killed gods, the freaking Kais, like, he killed them, and these dudes were beating the shit out of him. And they're 5 and 6 year olds, and their fusion became their fusion literally made them one of the strongest people in the fucking universe. A 5 and 6 year old. So I think that the door was open as soon as that shit happened. If you disagree, that's fine. This is just my opinion. I'm not here to suck your dick. I'm not here to just tell you what you want to hear, but that's my take on it. Anyway, I do agree Dragonball Super is garbage. It is. Alright, went over Boku no Hero Academia. Zen Oh is definitely retarded, but I mean, he has the mentality of a child, so are we really surprised at this point? The biggest problem is that they made it. I'll talk about that in a sec. This comment, this comment, man. this I was literally just talking about this with my boys, man. Like, this nigga was supposed to be low on stamina. This nigga went Super Saiyan 2, 3, Red, Blue, Ultra Instinct. How do you get away with that shit, bro? How do fanboys wrap their minds around that shit? Right? Like, this nigga just said, before he even fought Khalifa, that he said that I'm tired from fighting Jiren. Then somehow he started magically restoring his stamina, and he gained enough stamina to go Super Saiyan 2, then Super Saiyan 3, then Red, then Blue, than Ultra Instinct. There's no way that you were low on stamina and had access to all those transformations. Because he didn't even master Super Saiyan Blue to the point that it has low stamina drain. We know that much for a fact. And so he still hasn't, because if he mastered that, then how come he hasn't mastered Super Saiyan 3? Super Saiyan 3 is a less powerful transformation than Super Saiyan Blue. So I don't comprehend how you would even come to that conclusion that somehow he's still low on stamina despite doing all this shit, which directly contradicts that statement in itself. But I mean, you do you. This is also true. And I think that this was covered by Enigma. For people who don't know, he was one of the comments above. But Enigma actually brought up a good point in one of his other videos on his channel that you can go watch if you want. But essentially, when Goku went Super Saiyan 3, when he was fighting Kid Buu, when he was low on stamina, right? And he tried powering up and using more energy in Super Saiyan 3, he literally lost his transformation and collapsed on that shit. He couldn't maintain it. Yet somehow here, granted, I understand that he's millions of times stronger than he was then, but regardless, that shouldn't change the fact that when you're low on stamina and you try to access a transformation that you shouldn't have the stamina to even muster the strength in order to do that when you just said you were tired. And mind you, the biggest problem is that 4 to 5 minutes has passed since he fought Jiren. 4 to 5 minutes since he fought Jiren, and he had no energy whatsoever after that fight. The only thing that's happened is he got some energy from Frieza. We don't know how much, is an indeterminate amount. He still said he was tired. He still said he was recovering. And then somehow he just went from base to 2 to 3 to red to blue to Ultra Instinct. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever when it's been shown in the past that any time that someone tries to use a transformation that is beyond how much stamina they can actually give out, then they collapse on the spot because they can't maintain it. They don't have the stamina or the energy to maintain those transformations, and therefore they fall apart. So, I mean, that's just the way it is, right? This comment, UI, like I said in the rant, you've seen it. UI is not special anymore. Simply put, they just made it worthless within literally 5 episodes of introducing it into the series. He used it against someone who transcended time, then all of a sudden he's using it against 2 girls who literally just unlocked Super Saiyan 2 a couple days ago. That makes total sense. Am I right? U6 Saiyans, oh boy, the head cannon is strong here, my boy. I ain't even gonna go too much into this, but I don't give a shit if U6 Saiyans evolve differently. Unless you clearly have some evidence, or is directly stated by Toriyama or some of the writers, that the U6 Saiyans evolve differently, I ain't got here nothing you gotta say. Nothing you gotta say. The fact of the matter is these motherfuckers were not introduced to be this goddamn strong. Even when I keep hearing this, Kaba was supposed to, when Vegeta said Kaba is almost as strong as I am in my base, like their bases were somehow relativistic. That's complete bullshit. I know that's bullshit because first of all, when he went Super Saiyan and Vegeta was in Super Saiyan, Vegeta wasn't even trying. He tanked all of Kaba's attacks with like virtually no difficulty. At the end of the fight, he was literally smiling and then nullified his attack with no effort. They weren't fucking relativistic. Don't even try that shit. And not only that, at that point in time, Vegeta was already tired because during that tournament, he got oxygen deprived and he got strained because of Megetta and their cheap little bullshit tricks, and he still won. So he was already drained from that shit. He wasn't even at his top potential. Then he used Super Saiyan Blue, which at the time was a very, very heavy stamina drain transformation. So he used up a lot of his energy in that fucking fight, whether you realize it or not. I also know that there's no way that these motherfuckers should be anywhere comparable, because as I've already stated, base Goku, who was severely drained and low on energy in base, was fighting Khalifa and styling all over her face. Then in Super Saiyan 2, he fought a mastered Berserk Kale and Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa and was still holding his own. Didn't Kale walk through his Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha? Then how the fuck did in Super Saiyan 2 he's taking them both on at the same time with less than half of his full power access? I'm assuming it's less than half full power, because he kept saying he's tired and low on stamina. So how did he manage that? Don't make assumptions, bro. Don't make assumptions. Oh man. Oh, I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. Oh, those comments are the best. Nobody gives a shit. Well, alright, then don't watch my shit then. Nobody keeping you here, bro. I've already discussed this. This series is never gonna be what we want it to be. I already went over that shit. What the... Bro, what the fuck does this comment have to do with anything? Why do I always get random comments that have absolutely nothing to do with what I was discussing in the video? Real question is why people tend... Bro... Are you fucking... Are you dumb? Bro, I literally talked about this topic in this video. The first video I made. The video after that. A few episodes after that. And a few episodes after that. And like 2 reviews ago. I've already gone over this shit. Unless you're just talking about in general and not directing this at me. Because if you're directing this at me, then I have no words for you, because I've gone over this shit. If you're talking about other people, then yeah, okay, I get you. Then I take back my my insult if this is not directed at me. If it's not, then cool. But if it is, please, I've gone over that so many freaking times, right? What else? Oh man, one of one of those comments. Oh, you didn't say exactly what I wanted to hear, so you're getting a dislike. Fuck off, bro. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I already told you, if you think this is going to be some echo chamber for you, you can fuck off. Hit the dislike button, unsubscribe. I don't need your shit. I'm here to have discussions, not suck your dick. Even if I'm hating on the show, doesn't mean I'm automatically on your side. Like, out of here, bro. I don't give a shit. What? Here we go with this stupid rationale, bro. You don't fucking get it, do you? Like, you literally don't get it. The reason why people keep bitching about this shit is because they introduce established rules at the start. Established rules. And they said that if you didn't follow these goddamn rules, that you were going to be erased on the goddamn spot. Then all of a sudden, episode after episode after episode after episode, rules kept being broken, rules kept being changed, and any tension that this fucking tournament ever had went down the drain because of that shit. It just went down the drain. That's the reason why people keep complaining about this shit. Where nobody's arguing that Zen Oh can do whatever the fuck he wants. But if Zen Oh was going to do whatever the hell he wanted to do from the start, then they should never establish there was going to be any rules whatsoever. What's the point if he's just going to break all of them? That doesn't make the show more interesting. It's just going to annoy people. That'd be like if I freaking hosted a tournament tomorrow, like a gaming tournament or some shit, and I say these things aren't allowed, and then during the tournament, half the contenders break the freaking rules, and I'm just like, oh, it's cool, it's fine now. You don't think that anybody in the tournament would be bothered by that shit Anybody watching it wouldn't be bothered by that shit. People participating wouldn't be bothered by that shit. Come on, man. Stop with that shit, bro. I'm gonna stop you here, my dude. This, I don't disagree with, I don't agree with this at all. What people don't understand is that the type of SJW and feminist shit that we have here, that doesn't auto translate to Japan. What a lot of people don't realize, Japan, for the most part, they stick to themselves, right? They have adapted some parts of Western culture, but you can, if you don't believe me, you can do some research for yourself, right? That type of shit, that SJW shit, the feminist shit, is not big there. Trust me. I'm telling you, the only reason why this is happening is because they're trying to, they want money. This is marketing, right? They're trying to appeal to fanboys. And two, is because the doors were already open with Goten and Trunks. I'm going to stick with that because, and unless someone has a real strong argument to disprove my previous statements, that's what I'm going with, right? I think the two combinations that door was opened and them caring about money more than their fans is the reason why that's out there. I don't think Kefla and Kale and Khalifa exist for any other reason except that. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm surprised that I haven't seen a. Hold on. Headcanon detected. Headcanon detected. Goku is usually Super Saiyan Blue because he is really weakened. I'm not even going to. I ain't even gonna talk about this shit anymore, bro. I ain't even going to, because I went over this shit. I'm not gonna break this down anymore. This argument that he's really weakened is fucking stupid. We've already gone over the fact that it makes no sense that he was able to use all those goddamn transformations, and he's supposed to be low on stamina. There's no way for you to. There's no logical explanation for how you're somehow gaining stamina while using heavy stamina draining transformations, because he's not mastered all of his Super Saiyan states thus far. But you know, believe whatever you want. I might do that. How many episodes does Black Clover have? Like 6? I might do that. You might be seeing a Black Clover review. I said I was going to do that a while back, but I never got around to it. But I might do it now since it's fairly new. And I actually did watch the first 2 episodes. I do have some shit I want to talk about for that series. But look forward to that if you actually care anything about this channel. And yeah, that's about it. Just want to make this video to basically read some comments, see if I could find any hate comments. Surprisingly, there wasn't as many as I expected. I also kind of wanted to elaborate about this video and my thought process on this shit. Obviously, later in the day, I'm gonna have to watch this fucking Dragon Ball episode, and oh, that's gonna be fucking interesting. Well, that's all anything I wanted to say. This is kind of a bullshit video. If you wanna, I guess I'll put that at the start. If you want to skip this video, you don't have to watch this at all. But if you're already watched it and you just ignore my warning, too bad. I'll see you guys around. R's out, and thank you again for the how many subs now? 230 subscribers. Holy shit. Thank you for everything. R's out.